Yeah, so we want to start our class now officially. I think now on the other side it's recording so that we really do not have to repeat, and somebody we can just refer him to our presentations. And I hope my voice is clear from your end.
Yeah, you are clear. You are loud and clear.
Okay. Today we are going to look into what we call the logic operators. Yeah, the logic operators. And we of course want to start by knowing what are these that we are calling the logic operators. Many a times you meet somebody and he says that this person is thinking logically. It means that this person is acting out of the real facts. Yeah, and the logical and the logic part even of our brain is used to make what we call the rational decisions. Yeah, we have also the logic unit in the computers that is used to make those decisions as well. Yeah, so this is actually what we are covering today. And this bit, I think I've lost my internet. Quickly, let me see on a way I can get it back. Okay, can you get me now once again? I think I was lost for a second.
Yeah, you are back.
Okay. So I want to say that of course we have the logic unit also in our computers, and this is actually used in cases where one wants to make the rational decisions. That is in the brain, and when it comes to the computers, it is used, of course, to carry out the logics. You have the logic gates if you have accident with your physics or partly mathematics. We have the logic gate and actually the logic unit in general, which is used for the decision making. And now looking into the logical operators, they are the one that steers. You know, each and every hardware and gadget has a software that controls it. Yeah, so even the logic unit sometimes made up of the hardwares, but it's controlled by the software. And this is the mother software operating systems, which have sub softwares which controls different departments of the entire operating system. So it's like the modules that sum up together to make the big package and later the system. So we have the small subprograms which conjoin because actually they are working collaboratively to achieve a specific task. And actually at this particular point, they work to make up the operating system. Now we have the logic operators. They are used in programming to form complex conditional statements by combining simpler Boolean expressions. In Python, the primary logicals are and, or, and not. So you realize they are mostly used in what we call the conditional statement. Of course, we are going to learn more about the conditional statement. But even more importantly, they are used to combine the Boolean expressions. Yeah, they are used to work on Booleans, and out of them, they are used to make a decision from the Booleans. Now we have two things that we can see here. We have the AND operator, we have the OR operator, and also we have the NOT operator. And now these are actually the operators that are linked directly with what we call the logic operators, or they are the sub operators under the category of the logic operators. Here we have AND, here we have OR, and also we have the NOT operator. Now looking here, let me present out something. I have my document with me. Let me just get it for you quickly. Could I have misplaced it? Not really, it is here. So we have the AND operator. Number one, we have the AND operator. And the AND operator is said to return true if both operands are true. You get it? The AND operator is used to return true if both the operands are true. Now, what are these that we are calling operands? The operands, these are formed by the Boolean expressions. For example, 1 is an operand, 0 is an operand. So actually, we are told that the AND operator compares two operands and it says that it returns true if both operands are true. That is, they are 1. Now, one thing that I need to make you learn is, number 1, that an operand is true if it has something within it. Yeah? Yeah, so an operand is said to be true if it has a value within it or it has a Boolean expression. Yeah? It has something or a string of or anything. Or let me say anything that has anything, a structure or a variable that has anything. For example, we can say A is assigned to 1. So that 1 is contained within A. A is assigned to John. So that John is assigned or it is stored within A. So that has something. The A has something. And that is what we say that the A is true. Yeah. And actually, if it does not have anything, then we can say A is false. And this is 0. 0 is false and 1 is true. So when are circumstances when we have the false value? It's when there is empty list, empty tuple, empty dictionaries, or a variable has no value, when there is none or the null, or when it is a 0 operand. You see, that is actually when it appears. Now we have said, now testing the condition of the AND operator. AND operator, now we have two. We have two operands. The first operand is A and the second one is B. Now we are comparing A and B, and we said that this one returns true or the output is true if all of them, that is A and B, what is contained within A and B is true, right? Now the first one, we say it is true and true. Now we have the answer as true. Now this one is true and false. So this one is false and we said that it returns true if all of them are true. So this one cannot return true because one of them is false. We have false and true. This one will return false because comparing this one and this one, actually one is false. And the condition for it to return true is if one of them is actually not one but all of them is true. So we have false and false, then we have false because actually all of them are false. Yeah. Did you understand the concept, Mr. Pok?
Yes, I understand the concept.
Okay.
Actually, this
So,
truth table disturbed me when I was doing one of the course unit during my studies.
oh,
You
you
know,
did.
my studies on distance,
Okay.
and it was very difficult to understand.
Oh, this concept was difficult to understand when you are doing your studies, eh?
Yeah, sure.
But now it seems to be simple.
Yeah, it's very simple now. I
Thank
was
you.
struggling.
Thank you for that. That is probably because of the direct contact and actually going
Sure.
into the detail. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, for example, we have a code here that we can run actually. We have A is true and B is false. Let me try to run this code for you. Let me try to run this code for you, and here I have let me just quickly. Let me present this one as well. Yeah, so we have the online Python there, and then we have the first value being true and the second one being true. So the result is A and B. Now, what do you think will be the result if I click run?
I think it is false.
Yeah, sure, perfect. It is false because we have. Let me say print the result. We call the result because it's a variable. So it is true actually what you said, that the output should be false. Why? Because one of them is false. One of them is false. Yeah. So we have the output as false.
Yeah,
But if
I
you
see.
have true and true, the output will be actually true. Yeah, sure. The output will be true. Now, the real life application of this one, we can check out here. We have the real life application of this one. Look here. Like, for example, age is 20, is registered voter is true. Now, we can say it is used to compare two conditions. For example, the first condition, can vote, is assigned to ages, that is can vote, is assigned to the condition if the age is greater than 18. Now, is our age greater than 18? Number one, let us test the first condition. Is age greater than 18?
Yes.
Yes, so the
Age is,
first
yeah.
condition is true. The first condition is true. Now let's test the second condition. Is he a registered voter?
Yes.
Yes, so the second condition is actually true. So what will be the output, because actually this is true and this one is true?
Yeah, the output will be true.
Perfect, it is true actually. So what about if I reduce this one to 12?
The output will be false.
It will be false. That's
Yeah,
good. That,
because the condition is saying uh, if age is greater than 18.
yeah, sure.
So if it's less than 18, then it cannot vote.
Exactly, it cannot for sure. Immediately I get back to the presentation. Uh, so I have it here. Oh, I haven't yet presented back. Let me present it back again to you. Uh-huh. Here it is actually. So the next one, I believe it is OR operator. The next one is OR operator. Now, OR operator returns true. Welcome, Mr. Nick. Welcome. I think you can flow with us if there is some sessions that you've missed. We have recorded this session. You can refer to the previous lectures. So we have the OR operator. Now the OR operator is said to return true if at least one of the operand's expressions is true. Yeah. So it says at least one. That means it can be if one is true or all are true, because it says at least one. So if one is true or all are true, then it returns true. Yeah. It returns true if one is true or all are true. Yeah. Quickly. Yeah, can you hear me kindly?
You were lost.
Sorry, I was lost. I think I'm back now.
Yeah, you are back now.
Okay. So OR operator returns true if at least one is true or all are true. Yeah. So we have the OR operator operating still on two operands, that is A and B. And in this case, you will have now, if one of them is true or all of them are true, the OR operator looks unto two of them and returns true. Actually,
What?
this is supposed to be
Yes.
or, sorry. This is supposed to be or not and, please. This is it's a confusion. Yeah.
One of the colleague is saying in the WhatsApp group that they need to be let in.
Oh, let me check. Let me just check in. Oh, I thought I had let him in. Sorry. I even welcomed him. Yeah, welcome Nick. Welcome Nick. I think I was on another window, so that is why you didn't check. Yeah, you can mute your yeah. Thank you. So I said actually I have recorded the session today, so later you can review what we have standard for today. And actually we are handling
Manu
operands. And
also wanted to get in.
also Manu wants to get in. Let me check.
Yes.
Let me check. Let me check out. I think I cannot see Manu. I don't know. Let me see. I think I don't see Manu. Yeah, I think I don't see him. Oh yeah. He has joined. Yeah. Yeah. So the next debate I said it's what we call the OR operator, and I have said that we will ignore this and. So the OR operator works in this way. It returns true if at least one of the operands is true or all of them are true, because actually it says at least one. So that means if all are true, it's okay with it. So this one requires only one quotation to be true or one operand to be true. So in a case where we have true and true, it returns true because it requires only one true. So one or more true, and then it will return true. And then we have true and false. It will return true because actually one of them is true. And then we have false and true. It returns true because one of them is true. But when we have false and false, then it will return false because all of them are false. It requires at least one of the operands to be true so that it can return an output of true. Yeah, so for example, we can have a program like the other program that I had presented. Let me just come over again and present it to you. So I have this program of mine where I can have so I have this one. So here I will indicate or operator. Now what will be the output if I say true and false, sorry?
The output will be true.
The output will be true because or is an operator which requires either of these to be true so that it can give an output of true. So if I run this one, I'll get true. Yeah, so what about this one? When I have true and true. Yeah, true and true. What will be the output? The output will be true. Yeah, when I have false and false, false, and then I have here again false, then the output will be false. Yeah, the output will be false because it requires only one condition of true so that it can be true. So it's, for example, somebody wants to get a scholarship, and the requirement for this person to have a scholarship is number one, a GPA of 3.5 and above, more than 3.5, and then also should have an extracurriculars. Yeah, should have the extracurriculars. So in such a case, we have these two conditions. Number one, this person has a GPA of 3.6, and yes, he has extracurriculars, you see. Yeah, he has extracurriculars, but for the extracurriculars, I think it's false. He doesn't know any extracurriculars. But the qualification requires any of them to be true or all of them to be true as well. Yeah, somebody wants to join. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, nobody wants to join. So it requires a GPA of more than 3.5. Now, in our case, we have this person who has a GPA for 3.6. And now, in testing the real condition here, yeah, let us test it. We have qualifies for scholarship. This is the first condition. How are the conditions separated? They are separated by the OR operator, where the first condition is qualifies for scholarship is a variable which looks if the GPA, now GPA is greater than 3.5. Our GPA here is 3.6. That means the first one is true. The first one is true. And or has extracurriculars. Does he have extracurriculars? The second one is false, right?
False.
Yeah.
False.
It's false. So what is true or false? What is the output, Mr. Nick? Yeah, I don't know what we can do. Manu, did you get this concept? I think you left and then you came back.
Actually, I'm floating right now.
So what we will do for such a case, I have a recorded session which we
Okay.
will review after the class. So that also
It's
I
okay.
do not really.
Yes, I was trying to share my file. I don't think it went through,
Okay.
but I can try presenting. You can see.
Okay.
Okay.
The output is true.
The output is true, right? Perfect. The output is true. The output is true. Yeah. So, so I don't know. We have really gone ahead. We've gone really ahead, and we are almost finishing this. But anyway, I'll send the video so that you will see, and I believe you will understand.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So we have the not operator now. The not operator does the opposite of what the real operator did. For example, if the ground operator, for example, A says true, then the not operator says it is false. Yeah, if it says it is false, then when I say not A, it's like I'm negating A. Yeah, I'm negating A. For example, if I come over here and say something like this, let me present something else. I'm presenting this one. Yeah, so we have it here. So for example, I have this one, and I say not A. I'm now using not as my operator. Yeah, I can even just place this one in the print output. There's no problem. There's no problem. I can just come here and say not A, not A, not not A, and then I remove this one. Not A, it is used to negate A. So if A was true, not A will be false. You see? If A was false, not A will be, it will be true. It will be true. So it is used to negate the content of the variables. Yeah, it is used to negate the content of the variables. What if I decide to co-populate my variable like this, and what would be the not A? False. Why is it saying false, by the way? And I have just given 2, 3, 4. Who has a clue? Why would it say false?
It's very difficult to to know this one.
No, actually, what happens is if a variable contains any value, it is said to be true. Yeah, it is said to be true. For example, if this one you can even have I don't know where my you can have like that one, and then you say that one is true because it contains some values. You see, it contains some values. So if a variable contains any values, then it is said to be true because there is something there. Truly, there is something which is there. Now this one does not contain anything. Can you see? So if it does not contain anything, it is false. It is false. So any empty, even parentheses, even these ones, we have the empty ones. If you declare empty, then of course it is false. So not that one will be true. Yeah, I hope we have gotten that one as well.
I wanted to clarify on something here.
Yes, please do.
In the parentheses here that you have just run is the result is true.
It says true, right?
Yes.
Yeah, or you wanted a clarification of the same.
Yes. When you insert values in the inside there, it says false.
Yeah, it says false. Now the reason being, when we have an empty, let me say a list tuple or anything that is empty, it is said to be false. It does not have anything. So the opposite. So whenever the interpreter sees A, it sees a false because there is nothing there. So if we say not A, we are negating A. So if we negate A, what will we get? True. Because
okay, I
it
understand.
is false.
So it's like we are saying that A does not. It's like saying A has something while it doesn't have in the print area.
Yeah. Actually, not A is used to say the opposite of AI. It is actually saying the way you've just spoken it. Yeah. But if I populate the values into that A, you see it says false.
It says false.
It says the
Because
opposite. The opposite. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It
okay.
says the opposite. Somebody else who has a question? Okay, let me just proceed. Let me just proceed and see what I can do. So I have the not operator. Then the next one is what I call the the combined now logic operators. But I had something we call the exclusive OR. Now the exclusive OR, just in explanation, I think it is just like a sub branch of the OR operator. You'll allow me elaborate what does exclusive OR mean. Exclusive OR is where it returns true if only one value is true and not all. Now remind me, what did we say about the OR operator?
For the OR operator, if one of them is true, the result must be true, unless both of them are false.
So what you said is for the exclusive OR. For the OR operator, it is true if at least. You must say at least. Yeah? So this is actually what is the difference between the OR and the exclusive OR. In OR, we have this one, which is, let me say true, and B, I have as true. And then print A or B. And then here I'll say print A exclusive OR has this sign. This is the sign of exclusive OR. So check for the OR, it will give an output of true, but for the exclusive OR will give an output of false. Why? Because exclusive OR returns true if only one is true, but not all. Yeah? So for example, if I put this one false, it is okay for the OR because it will return, it will return true because it requires only one value or all. But exclusive OR requires only one value and not all. Only one value so that it can return true. Yeah? So it returns true because here A is true. But if all of them are true, it returns false because it requires only one. It is very exclusive. Yeah. I hope you get that concept. Now let me come here and present this again so that we can check on our extended one, the truth table for this case. It's actually the extended truth table. That is how we call it. Now we have the true, we have true, true. Now we have operands A, B, C, not C, B or not C, A and B or not C. I'll help you to understand this one. So we have A, B and C. These are actually individual operands. So when we say not C acts directly on C. You get it? Not C acts directly on C. So when I say not C, it looks to what is contained within C. For example, in the first case, what is contained within C? Somebody?
It's true.
It is true. So what will be not C? The opposite of what is contained in C?
False.
It is false, right? Now, the next one is actually false. So what will be contained within not C? It is true. So this one is giving the opposite. Have you realized that?
Yes, I see.
The last value is false, so In the C category, the last value, you can see it is false, but in not C, it has negated, it becomes true, right? Yep. So the next column says B or not C. So this one compares this column of B and this column of not C. So it looks unto these two, the first one, and also looks unto this column, not C. So it looks, for example, B or not C. So it is used the OR operator. Now, the OR operator returns true if at least one value is true, or all of them. Now, the first, we are comparing now this column and this column. Now, let us compare the first value of this column. Now, we have true and false. What will be the output? Actually, if you've not really gotten it, I just want you to be very sincere so that we can see on our way, we can elaborate it more deeply. So I've said that for the OR case, it looks unto these two columns. The first column is the B column and not C. Why? Because it compares this and this. Up to there, are we okay?
Yeah, a little bit okay. You know, this is a truth table. Now, this is my biggest problem, where we have a lot of columns.
Yeah, so somebody else maybe who feels that I need to, or I just continue and then don't keep quiet. If you're stuck, say I'm stuck somewhere, so that we do not proceed, and then we have to repeat the entire thing. Yeah, please. So we have the B or not C. So this one compares two columns, the B column and the not C column. Now let's check the B column. So where do we have the B column? We have this as the B column. Yeah, we have this one as the B column. Yeah. But by the way, can you see my cursor? Can you see my cursor where it's actually revolving around?
Yes.
Yes.
Can
So,
see your cursor.
So this value is true, right? It is
yes, B is true.
It is like saying true or false. Now, what is true or false? Because actually we are comparing this value and this value, right? Up to there, are we okay?
Yeah.
This value and this value. So if I say this value is true and this value is false, so we are using the OR operator. What does the OR operator do? It returns true if one of the values, at least one of the values is true. Now, is there a value which is true between B or not C in the first column, in the first row? Yeah.
Yes.
Today, how did you respond?
Nick, you can see it, eh? Kinya mam. Itu ka
We must buy some.
grass. So can you see now where are we getting the values? The first value in the B column is true, and the first value in the not C column is false, because we are comparing B, and the other column which we are comparing with B is not C. Yeah, is that okay with you, Manu?
So how much do you need? 20. Okay. Give me 14.
Yes,
Yeah, I think you're now coming up, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mahindi is very
Nick, you
What
can
can you?
mute your mic kindly. Yes, Mr. Puo, can you now see it more clearly,
Like
kindly?
Yeah, it is okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, so maybe Mr. Puo, the first will be true and false. What will be the output?
The output will be true, I think.
The output will be true because actually the OR operator looks if one of them is true, right? So the second one is true and true. What will be the output?
The output will be true.
True, perfect. Now somebody else, false and false. What will be the output? I don't want us to just read here and say, but if you've not understood, say that I need more elaboration. Yeah. Mr. Manu, false and false. False or false. That is it actually. If I may say.
Honestly, I need more interaction to it actually.
It's okay. I think it's because you missed the very first session when I introduced it the same, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. That could be the challenge. I don't know. I literally saw as if we are not coming for the class, and we decided just to record the class so that anybody who misses does not really get that disadvantaged. Yeah. So we have the false and false. What will be the output in this case, Mr. Puok? False or false?
False is false.
It is false. I hope now you are getting the concept, eh?
Yeah.
Now the last one is false and true. False and true. False and true.
False true is true.
It is true. Good. Now the last one is actually what we have, A and B or not C. Now it is actually comparing which columns. It is comparing which column there?
Column B,
column
and column
A.
A, column B, and column C, not C.
So
Not C.
it is comparing two columns. Why it is comparing two columns? Because it is comparing column A and this column which is in bracket, the entire column which is in bracket, which is B or not C. It is this column. Do you now understand?
I understand, yes.
Yes, so it is comparing the first column, which is A, for instance. The first one is true, and the last one is true. And you know this is an AND operator. It turns true if all of them are true, right? So
Yeah.
if the first value in the first column and the first value in the last column is true, what will be the output?
Come again?
If this value that we are comparing the first row in the two columns, so this is true and true. What is true and true? Using the AND operator, true and
True.
true. It is true. Perfect. Now true and true again will be
True.
true.
It's true.
True and false.
True and false is false.
False.
True and true.
It's true.
True again.
False and true.
It's true.
False.
It is false.
False.
False and true.
Oh, false and true. It is false.
False and true is false.
Perfect. I think you're
Okay.
coming up now, Manu. False and false.
Is
False.
It is false. Perfect. Now false and true. It is.
True.
False
False.
again.
It is
False.
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 It's false.
It is false. It is false. So actually, those are now what we call the logic operators. These are the logic operators, and mostly we will really use them when we get to the concept of the or, the conditional statements. Yeah, the conditional statements. And now we have seen even the real life applications of them and how they are used in different cases. So we can have even three operands. For example, I can say we have three operands where one is 1, the other one is 1, and the other one is 0. So I'm using the OR operator. So the OR operator in this case, because there is at least one true, it will return true. If I have three operands, 1, 1, 1, yeah, let me show you what I'm trying to mean. Let me present this one. Let me present this one for you. So I have the first value 1, and sorry, the first value is 1. I really don't know what is happening with my virtual compiler. It's really misbehaving over here. Let me now use my VS Code. Let me present out my VS here. Quickly. Here I have my Visual Studio. I'm sharing my Visual Studio here. So I have, for example, A1, B1, C1. So if I say print A or B or C, the output will be 1. Why? Because at least 1 is true. 1 is true. At least 1 is true. Yeah, this should be true. This should be 1, that is it. That is 1. It's a bit slow. Let me check out on it what could be the issue. Okay, let me present it back again. Okay, I think it's now okay. Yeah, so we have
Yeah, I've tried here. The output is 1.
yeah, the output is 1. The output is 1 actually. Yeah, the output here is 1. If I have if I place, what if I have the exclusive OR here in this case? So that means you can compare more than actually one. So you can compare more than one, that is it. So we have this one compared with exclusive OR, which returns, so it compares this segment first, this one and this one, because both are 1, it returns 0, and so 0 compared to C, which is 1, it returns 1. That is why we have 1 as the output. But if we place the exclusive OR in all the cases, check out now what happens. What happens, it should return a value which is, let me just get it. You know VS sometimes misbehaves. Yeah, so this one returns a value which is 0. Quickly. Also, it should return 1 because it compares this one and this one. So when it compares this one, because it is 1 and 1, it returns 0 from this case. So from that case, it is 0. You see what I've done? Comparing A and B and get 0. So this 0, it compares with C, which is 1, and now gives an output of, you can see it gives an output of 1. That is actually what happens. So that means you can compare more than one operand at the same time. Yep. So thank you, unless somebody has a question. Yeah, I feel today we should end our meeting earlier because of 1 or 2 preparations. Let me clone my recording and then I'll send it to our group. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good weekend. Have a lovely weekend. I
Thank
hope
you so
you're
much.
working on that assignment. I'll add another one. Have a lovely weekend.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.